years ago. The question now is, can Wigan move on to a 6th consecutive final at Wembley to face a very confident Widnes side? Both sides have two of the most experienced and toughest forwards in the game to lead them. Former Great Britain international prop David Hobbs and Wigan's ex-Kiwi Dean Bell, neither accustomed to taking a backward step. They'll be in the thick of things in the early exchanges. Bradford Northern boss Peter Fox debated long and hard this week whether to play his namesake Derek, now nearing full fitness after serious groin trouble. He's a match winner, and they expect another possible match winner to be Kiwi Dave Watson, who moves from number 6 to full-back. But Wigan coach John Mooney has had few problems. He moves international loose forward Phil Clark into the second row and replaces him at number 13 with skipper Dean Bell. Edwards and Botica have totaled 54 tries and 142 goals between them. So I don't think Bradford coach Peter Fox needs me to tell him just where the point of attack will be coming from. Referee John Holsworth, 46 years of age, a leading whistler. For 13 seasons, gets this Silk Cup Challenge Cup semi-final underway, and Dave Watson with the first touch of the ball for Bradford Northern. And ferocious tackle there already from those two second rows, the youngsters Phil Clark and Dennis Betts. And Bradford certainly know what it's like to feel the full impact of this Wigan pack. I think we'll see this lad, David Watson, linking up in attack from Manukau in New Zealand. And another Kiwi there, number 4, Daryl Shelford, one of the New Zealand Maoris from the Bay of Plenty.
The Wigan defence is really mean in business. A lot of their very great wins have always been their defence early, and they've certainly started this game the same way.
Wigan tend to intimidate a side with the ferocity of their tackling. Neat kick, it's a difficult one. Will the fire let it go? Oh my word! A little bit of indecision there from Hampson and Martin O'Fire, and Derek Fox was very nearly in there, wasn't he? A tricky kick by Fox, and almost a try for himself.
Yes, he's had a great bounce here. It's in the in-goal area, and both players, Fire and Hampson, have let it go, but it's rolled over the dead ball line. I think it's an incorrect decision by the referee here. Should have been a 25 tap.
Malreilly, the Great Britain coach, he'll be hoping that no one gets injured ahead of next Friday night's France v Great Britain game. A real live wire, little jack in the box this lad, bouncing, bubbling about. Edwards. Lydon. Very powerful kicker. Oh, good play by Lydon. Very experienced player. Precision. Absolute pinpoint kick there by Joe Lydon. And ball stealing. Carl Fairbank told by Mr. Holsworth to keep his hands off the ball. And an attempt at goal by Frano Botica. Not the easiest of kicks for Frano Botica, but certainly a man who, one of the most prolific point scorer. Mr. Holsworth moving the Bradford Northern players further back. They have to be 10 metres. I don't think anything will distract this man, Botica. Very, very bad underfoot there. lot of sand about. Very bare in the middle of the soccer pitch. And a mistake by Franobotica. So scores still remain at Bradford 0 and Wigan 0. David Hobbs. John Haber. That's a fierce tackle by Andy Platt there at Ross.
Yes, I think Dean Bell coming off is going to unsettle the Wigan side for a while, because he's been so consistent, and he's the team captain. And, the next 5 minutes it's going to really tell the mental of Wigan, and see if they can pull themselves out of it.
But sixes and sevens here for Bradford Northern. Play on. Play on. 6 more tackles, says referee Holsworth. Well, chaotic conditions there for both sides. Hobbs originally trapped, and Bradford did well to get away with him. But Mr. Holsworth in charge, and John Money there, the Wigan coach, obviously concerned, I think, about Dean Bell. Oh, well taken by Robinson. Very well taken for such a small lad. And great composure in running that ball out. Skerrett.
Yes, the defence is the telling part of this game to present.
Phil Clark. Wigan now beginning to drive. Move that ball. Oh, tremendous tackle by Roger Simpson. Wigan obviously suffering, I think, from the loss of Dean Bell there in the 15th minute. Suffering from a bad knock, taken off with concussion. But we understand that he is speaking and he is coming round. But the loss of Bell is a big loss to the cup holders. Derek Fox. Simpson. And David Heron, former Leeds loose forward, good skillful ball player. And Paul Medley limping off. Possibly see a difference in emphasis now in the forwards. Medley, a strong runner, top try scorer, 15 this season. Edwards choosing to run. He's got Lydon going for that corner. Tremendous tackle there. Tremendous tackle by Tony Anderson. The knock-on from Joe Lydon. But that was Wigan's best chance, and significantly it was the experienced Lydon. And a knock-on on the sixth tackle, the ball handed over to the opposition.
Yes, he goes Lydon. He's thrown the dummy and he's headed for the try line, and you can see the Bradford players that they've really scrambled in defence there, and that typifies this game. Whoever's got the ball, the opposition's defence is just scrambling and really knocking the opposition around.
Lydon. Tricky ball for Watson to take. Oh, he's lost it. Offside. Neil Summers. Good tackle there. And he's given offside.
Yeah, this is a good tackle by Andrew Farrar. You see Watson there trying to throw the dummy. Farrar's picked it, and he's hit him with everything he's got, and he's picked him up and drove him into the ground. The ball's come loose, and Summers picked it up on an offside position. This is the first real point-scoring opportunity we've had after nearly 40 minutes of football.
This man, Franobotica, already chasing the point-scoring record in a season of Fred Griffiths, the former Springbok and Wigan player in the 50s, chasing 394 points this season, and likely to get very, very near. Oh, but he's missed it. Well, it's most unusual to see Botica miss a goal. He has got an ankle injury that may be causing him a few problems in steadiness on the pitch as he approaches.
As he's come in, he's once again he struck the ground before he's hit the ball, as he did in his first kick. He doesn't look comfortable at all with his goal kicking today.
Bradford Northern now desperate to hold out here before the half-time hooter. Betts to Platt. Gets the ball away, beautifully flicked up there. Picked up by Robinson. Very dangerous when he comes in field, this man, he suddenly can slice through. Jason Robinson! Oh, he's on that line! Just inches short. Inches short there. He plays it himself, but surely he loses it. And play on, says Mr. Holsworth. Drama there for Wigan. But good play by that youngster Jason Robinson, within inches of the opening score. And Bradford breathe again, Ross.
Well, that was the best passage of play we've seen today as far as attack goes, and Wigan looked very dangerous. I thought the young kid there on our screen, Robinson, probably overplayed the ball there. He should have played it back to Martin Five, because Wigan had a big gap on the left-hand side of the field, and I think his players might be a little bit disappointed in him.
A little teenage enthusiasm, I think, Ross.
Oh, it's good to see the kid's got the guts and the enthusiasm to do it.
Hobbs. Just 2 minutes into injury time in this first half.
Yes, here he goes. The young kid, he's virtually got the ball on the line. He can't be any closer than that, but as he gets up, it's going through his mind now, how can I score? And he taps the ball forward instead of playing it backwards.
Let's. Doesn't he look tired, but happy? Wigan again, with an overlap here. Farah beginning to make one or two strong piercing runs now down this right-hand side. Here's Edwards again. Oh, chance here for youngster Robinson. Good tackle again by David Watson.
Good,
but he stepped in touch. What problems he's giving to Bradford Northern is this youngster.
Here he goes now. He's not too far out from the line. He gets around that player, and then Watson comes in, but he's already lost the ball. But it's a strong tackle from Watson. And once again, this tremendous Bradford defence is held up.
And he must be beginning to wonder, well, just how do I get through this Bradford Northern defence? Fox to Summers.
Well, he's handling the ball more than the hooker is. I mean, he's involved in everything. He's in the defence, he's in the attack on both sides of the field. He's having a great game.
One or two of the forwards on both sides beginning to have a little walk here, have a breather, waiting for the half-time hooter. Being a tremendous pace, despite the lack of points. And there is the hooter. A very hard-fought contest, a clean contest. A lot of work for those forwards there, especially people like John Haber. Bradford Northern 0, Wigan 0, and I'm sure plenty of points still to come in the second half. The gaps will come as these players tire, and I'm sure that big crowd will be wanting a few points on the board. And as I said, a hard physical first half, but here we are now live at Ellen Road for the next 40 minutes, and I'm sure that Wigan coach John Morley will be pleased to have seen his side do so well, especially after that that Dean Bell incident. It was in the 15th minute when the Wigan skipper moved in to tackle Carl Fairbank. Very hard tackle. We can see him underneath there. He took a heavy knock. We understand he swallowed his tongue, but he's now fine. Suffered from concussion, but I believe he's speaking again in the dressing rooms. I'm sure, Ross, that something is going to have to go in one of these two defences, isn't it? The question is, which defence will go?
Well, the way that first half went, it was just all defence and a kick game. But the last 5 or 10 minutes, Wigan started passing the ball around through their back line and started cutting the Bradford defence up a little bit. And although Bradford's had 10 minutes to resurrect their game and rethink it out, and I think Wigan will come out on top in this second half. But Bradford, I mean, they've got Wembley in front of them. They've only got 40 minutes. And anyone who thought it was going to be 0-0 at half-time would have a big surprise right now.
And the pace of this first half can be seen in the number of scrums, just 5 scrums there, which indicates how few mistakes have been made by the two sides. Both sides, of course, had to reshuffle. Sam Paniper coming on for Dean Bell, and Sean Edwards there, assuming the captaincy of the side. He has been captain before. He was captain at Wembley, in fact the youngest ever captain at Wembley back in '88. And of course Bradford Northern having to reshuffle. David Heron, a ball playing loose forward, coming on for Paul Medley, a runner at loose forward. Wigan 0, Bradford Northern 0. 40 minutes to tell us who will meet witness at Wembley here on Grandstand on May the 1st. Kelvin Skerritt done a lot of work here in the middle. And Dermot using the acting half-back role to good effect. Botica seemed to have recovered from a knock to his ankle in the first half. But a knock-on spotted by referee Holsworth. And Richard Duckingfield down there on the bench. Any news for the second half?
Yes, right, just to emphasise that Dean Bell is quite all right now after slight asphyxiation. He's with the Leeds United physiotherapist Alan Sutton. He's alert and talking. By the way, Alan Sutton's received a phone call from the England soccer team to say that Tony DeRigo will be out of England's international match. He's got ankle ligament trouble. Paul Medley, the Bradford player who went off, he's got a dead leg. And ominously, just a few seconds ago, Derek Fox seemed to be struggling slightly. That his fitness, of course, will be crucial to Bradford in this second half, Ray.
Well, it certainly will, because as we said, coach Peter Fox debated long and hard over this man, whether to play him. He's had a groin operation, he's been out for 6 to 8 weeks, and they certainly need a fit Derek Fox. This man is the architect of the midfield. John Hamer. A lot of energy being expended by these forwards. One of Derek Fox's specialities. He indicates to go one way and kicks the other, but not followed up as well as it should have been. Robinson. Some criticism of the Wigan side coming from the Wigan bench earlier, that the players were taking the ball sideways rather than moving forward, but there's nothing wrong with it now. That's good play. Wigan sweeping down the middle now. Sean Edwards directing operations. Phil Clark. Using Lydon as the kicker for depth. Very experienced player, especially in cup rugby. And Wigan now. Oh, that was a risky pass. A lost ball there could have been very dangerous. Fox to Roy Powell. Wigan will want to keep Bradford Northern down here now. The crowd at last beginning to get behind Wigan. Not had a lot to cheer. David Heron. Bradford Northern's last cup win way back in 1949. Desperate for a run to Wembley. This their 4th semi-final appearance since that last visit back in '73. And ominously lost the previous 3. A fire. Tony Marchant and Roger Simpson there did well to contain him. There was space on the outside. Clark. Robinson coming in midfield again. Certainly one player in the Wigan ranks who's causing problems for Northern, Ross.
Yes, he's been the best player on the field today. He's 18 years of age, and for a winger he's been involved in everything. He's probably touched the ball more than what either hooker on both sides have done, and every time he's done it he's been dangerous.
Edwards playing the short side, looks to a fire. Betts, good pass to Hampson. Oh, Watson's lost it! No, says referee. Well, Steve Hampson claims the try. David Watson lost the ball, but Mr. Holsworth absolutely sure of himself that it was no try. And good discipline from Hampson.
It's a little bit controversial here. Hampson, he's picked it up. He's definitely lost it. He never had control of it. To me, that's a fair try. I think it's a Steve Hampson try.
Well, it certainly looked to try. Hampson put downward pressure on the ball with his body. But Bradford breathe again. For fire. Wigan summoning up all the experience and skill that they've used so well to reach Wembley on the last 5 previous occasions. Botica. Lydon. Good battle between Joe Lydon and the Bradford Northern centre, Darryl Shelford. Edwards again, looks to Phil Clark. If any forward likely to break through, I think it's that number 12, Phil Clark. Edwards again. To Platt. Back to Panaper. Oh, that's a good pass. Botica, he's got space on the outside. Stevie Hampson's going to the line. He's in. Stevie Hampson in for a try at the corner. Well, he had one denied 60 seconds ago, but the fullback latched on to the end of that pass. 9 seasons at Central Park and possibly never a more vital try. His second of the season and the first of the match. 4 points to 0 now for Wigan.
Yes, it's a good try. Here goes Steve Hampson. He gets the ball out from the 25. He sees he can make the line. He just goes for it nice and low to the ground and dives over for a good Wigan try.
And certainly when this ball comes out, Botica does very, very well. He picks it up there low. He draws the man. And doesn't Steve Hampson just go himself? He ducks, he gets down, nothing can stop him, not even Dave Watson. And Botica to take his third attempt at goal. Already this season broken the fastest 1,000 points set by Lewis Jones back in the late 50s. And looking for the conversion. Oh, it's looking good, it is good. That's the typical Frano Botica style. He slots them over from the touchline with customary ease. 47 minutes gone. Wigan 6, Bradford Northern 0. And at last, something for this big crowd to really shout about.
Yes, here goes the try again. You see Botica gets the ball there to Hampson. He's got 2 men outside of him, but he doesn't need to use those because he backs himself for pace and just heads for the try line and just beats Dave Watson to the line.
Hampson then in possession. Robinson again. Skerritt pounding in now. Just look at the pace, look at the power of that big man, the Great Britain prop. And suddenly this Wigan machine comes to life. Edwards beginning to make it tick to Dennis Betts. Betts, he's going for the line himself. Good tackle. Tremendous pressure there. Good tackle by Neil Summers there. Wigan looking to swing it out. Botica, well picked up by Carl Fairbank. Neil Summers there now coming away with the ball. Interesting to see that he's moved to the full-back position. And Watson to the half-back position, but it's a penalty. I think it was against Bradford Northern for interference at the play of the ball. And Mr. Holsworth wants a word with somebody.
Yes, here comes Carl Fairbank. Boddicker's tackling legally around the legs, and he gets up and pushes Boddicker over, and Edwards kicks the ball through, and then as he went around to chase the ball, Fairbank has just given him a little uppercut under the head. He's given away 2 points, and he's obviously upset, and he's said a few words to the referee, and he's now being cautioned.
Mr. Holsworth really having a word with David Hobbs and Carl Fairbank. Keep your hands to yourself, leave him alone, he says. And Carl Fairbank absolutely distraught at the possibility of giving away 2 points here. Mr. Holsworth having a lot of trouble quietening the Bradford players. So, another chance for Boddicker.
Yes, the passage of play leading up to this by Wigan, they've just scored a try, and in that 6 tackles, they've carried the ball the full length of the field. And, you know, we said just after half-time, for Wigan to win this match, they had to pass the ball about, and the football they've played since then has been very attractive, and I think they're starting to run Bradford a little bit weary.
You think in the first half, Ross, we saw a lot of forward play from Wigan. Were they trying to wear this Bradford pack down?
Well, obviously, I probably, you know, myself, I thought it was wrong tactics. I thought if they had moved it around, they could have been on top a lot earlier. But looking at this half now, the way it's gone, they've certainly done that.
2 more points to Frano Boddicker, the penalty goal. So, Wigan edging out further and nearer towards almost their home ground, Wembley. 8 points to 0 now. 51 minutes gone. David Hobbs, very, very eager to get the game underway, desperate to get points back on the board. Panaper. Andy Platt beginning to lead now, beginning to drive. And this man especially, Kelvin Skerrin, what a game he's having against his former club, Bradford Northern. Edwards to Clark. But again, good tackling by Roy Powell. Betts. The problem for Bradford, Ross, is that Wigan are commanding the possession at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not making any errors. They're keeping the ball for the 6, as they are now. Edwards will do a nice little kick, and look at the chases. They're coming through 100 mile an hour. Put Sumner under pressure.
Very safe hands there from Neil Summers, but again, a good tactical kick from Edwards.
Yes, Wigan have actually sped the game up. They play the balls are a lot quicker. They're getting up off the ground, and they just got this Bradford defence going backwards all the time.
John Mooney there looking for a 4th visit to Wembley, and Peter Fox looking for his 1st in 20 years. Carl Fairbank. I think Bradford have got to move this ball. Good run by Powell. Fox. Sends Hampson running out wide. A fire trying to come into the middle at every opportunity now. Dermot, good ball to Clark, racing through. Oh, he's on his own. Has he got the pace himself? No, just couldn't get the ball to Martin Fire, but a fire. Oh, well, he's made a mess of that. And he's lost it, a knock on. Tony Marchant just receiving attention there, a knock just below the ribs. And a penalty against Sean Edwards for talking. We can see there Fire just loses that ball and tries to get it back. But a penalty against Sean Edwards for backchap to referee Holsworth. Neil Summers just waiting to take the kick to touch. He's moved to the full-back position, I think, to allow Dave Watson a little bit more time in the half-back. And here is Mick Taylor, former Oldham and London Crusaders man, to come on, I think, for Tony Marchant, who, yes it is, had a knock to the ribs. And Mick Taylor, one of your ex-lads down at London Crusaders, Ross.
He is. He spent 4 years down in London in those days, but we taught him how to grow his hair a little bit better. He looks a little bit mean out there right now.
Mick Taylor.
It's a mean-looking haircut, Ray.
David Hobbs. Bradford putting a little bit, perhaps too much trust into the pack. Fox being well policed. And we can see there, Ross, just what we were saying, the territorial advantage and the possession to Wigan. Bradford's problem, isn't it?
Yes, it is. When Bradford getting the ball out, it's inside their own territory, and Wigan defence has been so intense that they've just held them there, and the only way they've been getting out is by kicking, and they're not keeping Wigan tied down.
Fox. Oh, well taken by Steve Hampson.
Brilliant stuff.
Brilliant jump there. A fire. Can't beat Hobbs.
Look at Hampson go here. Like, anyone would be proud of that as a high jumper, and he just kept his eye on the ball, took the pass, took the kick, and away he went.
And just look at Sam Panapago. He's got Edwards inside him. He's got Joe Lydon outside him. But Joe Lydon, annoyed with himself, he couldn't take the pass. It bounced off his chest, and the opportunity gone. But Wigan beginning to test this Bradford Northern defence. Bradford have given everything in that first half. Have they given too much? Roger Simpson now moved into the stand-off position. Bradford, of course, really struggling amongst the backs. They already were lacking the two speedy wingmen, Gerald Caudle and Brian McKebby. Richard?
Yes, Ray, Bradford have shuffled the pack again in a bid to get back into this game. Roger Simpson's gone to fullback. Mike Taylor's playing out on the right wing, and Neil Summers, briefly at fullback, has gone into the centre. It looks as though Neil Cowie for Wigan may soon be joining the action, Ray.
Scarrett, I don't think he'll be wanting to miss out on the action. Kelvin Scarrett had a good game at prop. Edwards. Flat. Good run around there, created space for Bottiker. He's got Lydon with him. Nice play to Farah. Very dangerous, this big man. Wigan again. Gernot keeps it rolling, keeps moving.
Once again, we saw the quick tackle ball.
Edwards to a fire. Back to Edwards. Looks for the drop. He finds it. Oh, nice little movement there from Sean Edwards. Always worth taking at this stage in a game. Just edges Wigan out further.
Yes, he's got a fantastic football brain. Like, he's thinking all the time. He's one or two moves ahead of everyone else on the field. You see Martin Afire here. He's cornered. It goes back to Sean Edwards. You see, he couldn't go anywhere, so let's kick a field goal. He just puts it to the ground, and as easy as that, over it goes for 1 point.
May only be 1 point, Ross, but psychologically it knocks Bradford further and further back, doesn't it?
Well, it makes them have to come up to the halfway line and kick off again, and teams don't like doing that because they feel points are running against them all the time. But Sean Edwards, you know, he's a marvel what he can do on a football field. Like, he's just got this Wigan side going forward now, and he's G'd him up since he's taken over as captain, and you know, he's doing a fantastic job.
Yes, the youngest man ever to play at Wembley, the youngest captain ever to play at Wembley. And now, leading Wigan again to possibly a 6th successive final. But plenty of time left, and Bradford Northern full of courage. And possession at last. And they've really got to make some use of these 6 tacklers now. Watson, Heron, Back to Fox. Again, looks as if he's not running at top flight, Derek Fox.
No, he had the ball then in a clear opening, and you know, he should have taken off and went for it. Instead of that, he danced around a little bit, and by the time he'd done that, the gap had closed. So I'd say he's not 100%.
Derek Fox again to Hamer. That's a good run. Oh, and a penalty. Penalty, offside, says Mr. Holsworth.
Well, you see Hamer here pass the ball back to the Wigan player by mistake, and it come off his shoulder, and Sean Edwards has dived on it and fairly judged offside.
So Bradford Northern in with a chance here, a sequence of 5 more tackles. David Hobbs driving it in, using these big forwards, making yardage. 20 minutes left, Wigan leading 9 points to 0. Fox to Furbank. Plenty of grit, plenty of character in this Bradford Northern side, as is any side coached by Peter Fox. Roy Powell, but a good tackle by Dennis Betts. Spotted the danger, came in very, very quickly. Noble, Fox again to Heron. Looked for the short pass, just couldn't get that ball away, Carl Furbank. 2 and 3 Wigan defenders clutching around the ball. Little Simpson. Oh, Roger Simpson is in! Roger Simpson is in for the try that hauls Bradford back into this semi-final. And the Bradford fans in this 20,000 crowd absolutely delighted. Bradford needed that try, and it was the smallest man on the field, Roger Simpson, who got it. His 5th try of the season. He's played in every position this season, but that's the one that counts.
Well, you see Heron here, he picks the ball from dummy half, gives it to Simpson, he's coming off his wing, he gets the ball and he jinks his way back towards the sideline and cuts in behind 2 or 3 Wigan defenders and goes over for a well-designed Bradford try. Here he goes, he steps off his right foot, jinks past 2 or 3 players, the line's there and over he goes.
The kick from David Hobbs. Very experienced player and kicker, used to the pressure, puts the 2 points on the board, and now just look at that determination on his face. At last, I think he and the Bradford fans sense that this game is far from over. 18 minutes remaining, 3 points the difference, and a place at Wembley beckoning.
Yes, here it is. See the little tunnel there where he's gone through. He jinks his way through past 2 players and then dives over for the try.
Such a powerful little player, uses every ounce of energy. Roger Simpson to Powell. And Bradford must command the possession here for some time if they are to overhaul Wigan. Peter Fox, the wily coach. Richard.
With Nigel Stevenson, the Bradford Northern assistant coach. Nigel, 3 points in it. What's the plan now?
Well, the plan is at 9-0 we looked as though we could have been out of the game, but we've kept plugging away and Roger Simpson has come up with a try out of the top draw. The plan is to try and play a little bit of football as we are doing now. We've tried to take him on down the middle and you can't tell Wigan on down the middle. We've got to try and expand the ball.
Still in with a chance?
We're still in with a shout. There's 20 minutes to go. Who knows who's going to Wembley?
Thanks, Nigel. Nigel Stevenson, the Bradford Northern assistant coach.
Robinson. Oh, it's Robinson going himself. Good tackle by Neil Summers. This game now ebbing and flowing. Edwards again. The pass to Betts. Trying to stride out of David Hobbs' clutches there. Summers. Back again. Edwards directing to Panapa. Oh, look for support. He wanted a second row coming there and there was none. Martin O'Fire. Edwards again, Wigan have got them queuing up on this side. Phil Clark! He's over! No! He's knocked on! It's a double movement there. Knock on, says Mr. Holsworth. He was over the line, but he couldn't get it down.
Yes, here he is now, Phil Clark. He takes on the 2 defenders. Third one comes in and he rushes for the line. He puts the ball down one-handed, but lost control just before he makes contact with the ground.
Well, Mr. Holsworth was perfectly positioned for that. He had no hesitation. He said no try, and no try it is. Bradford breathe again. 9 points to 6 in Wigan's favour. And here we see Phil Clark. He pounds through. Heron and Simpson try to hold him up. Mr. Holsworth's positioned. No, he loses it. Bradford to Hobbs. 15 minutes remaining, and that's a good kick from David Hobbs. Saves his pack a lot of work, a lot of pressure. Roger Simpson, the try scorer and the try saver there. Former Great Britain tourist. Some blood on Sean Edwards. Mr. Holsworth just wants it rubbing away. I think, Ross, I would agree with the assistant coach there for Bradford, Nigel Stevenson's comments. They've got to move this ball around, haven't they? They can't take this big Wigan pack on.
Well, if they're going to come up with the try that they need to get in front, it's got to come from out of the blue, just like that one of Roger Simpson said. And to do that, they need to put some flair into their game. And I think Watson's move to number 6, as we said at the start of the game, will provide that bit of flair that Bradford are missing, or have been missing.
Botica losing his footing again, as he has done 2 or 3 times this afternoon. Dennis Betts. Well, good driving there by the two Bradford Northern props, Hobbs and Hamer, putting Betts into touch.
Yeah, so Betts is still on the 10-yard line there, but the determination of the Bradford players force him towards the touchline, and he goes out. Now it's a Bradford Northern feed.
Derek Fox, good battle now between those two scrum halves. Watson to Simpson, the little man looking for the gaps again. Roy Powell. Fairbank to Hamer. Some very tired forwards out there. It's been a hard, punishing match. Back to Fox again. Looks for support to Hobbs. Rather laboured, rather slow there in the forwards. This is better. Powell. Well taken by a Fire. Oh, Fire! Can he get away? No, he can't. Just an ankle there by Summers, but that could have saved the try. Para. "12 minutes remaining. The score here line still there for Wigan. 9 points to 6. 3 points difference. Neither side sure of joining witness at Wembley. Andy Platt. Wigan quite content to play sensible football. Botica. Some excellent tackling by Bradford Northern. They may be tired, but every man's putting his body in front of that cherry and white jersey. Simpson. Ran into Andrew Fanner. Bradford, David Heron to Watson, but this Wigan defence coming up very, very quickly. Oh, Simpson, he spotted a gap again. This little man from the former Mould Green Amateur Club beginning to cause problems in the middle. Heron. Watson. Simpson, this is good play by Bradford. Hamer, he's got Summers with him. Fox. David Watson, 1 or 2 tackles being missed here now as forwards are beginning to tire. But that was well done there by Andy Platt. He got back, he got down, and he picks up the possession. Steve Hampson. Dermot. Bradford Northern last beat Wigan in a cup tie 16 years ago. Just 3 points the difference between the two sides. One try would do it. Either way, I think. Dermot. Oh, Edwards was looking for Wattiker for the kick. Simpson there again. Good chase by Phil Clark.
There's a few tired Wigan players out there, Ray. I don't think they've been put under this pressure for a long time.
Offside, Mr. Holsworth, and then back chat from Dennis Betts makes another 10 yards. Good kick by Hobbs. Usually the most disciplined of players, the Great Britain second row, but perhaps frustrated. David Hobbs leading his side now, wants one more crack at Wembley. Hobbs. To hold that ball under the strength of those tackles. Fox trying to switch it. I think some of these players, Ross, are so tired when they've passed the ball, they're trying to have a rest and the ball's coming back to them, isn't it?
Yeah, Bradford are really starting to move the ball around now. They've taken to the left, back to the right, and when the ball's gone past you, the player thinks I'm going to have a rest. Next thing he finds himself back into the action, and you know, you can just see them on the ground there now. They're very tired players.
David Heron, sensible kick, saves tired players a lot of time and trouble. Hampson to pick up, well chased by Neil Summers and Mick Taylor. Mick Taylor just had a couple of games for the first team this season at Bradford. Well, a lot of the crowd judging that a high tackle, but not Mr. Holsworth. Wattiker now coming away. 8 minutes to go, 3 points the difference. And it's Bradford in possession. Can Powell get the ball away? No, he can't. Watson. Back to Simpson. And it's Wigan now having to tackle and tackle again as the Bradford Northern, David Heron and Ryan Noble receiving attention. And a penalty. Ryan Noble had a knock, looks very groggy. I think everyone has had a knock this afternoon. Very tough, hard game. Well, would it have been worth going for goal there, Ross?
Well, it would have put him within 1 point because it was a fairly easy kick, but I think Bradford are actually on top of Wigan at this stage, and they're starting to make some easy breaks. So David Hobbs has said, right, well, we need to try to win the game, so let's do it. And you know, he's taken the gamble that this set of 6 they can do it.
5 tackles remaining in this sequence. Ryan Noble goes off, Paul Medley comes on. And if it's a fit Paul Medley, he's a runner. He's the one who's likely to grab a try. Fox to Heron. Here is Medley. Driving for that line. The pressure on Wigan. Wigan 5 times in succession Wembley winners. Bradford Northern driving for the line. Picked up by Hobbs. Still the pressure on Wigan. Gary Fox uses the short side to Heron. Good long ball to Mick Taylor. Well held by Farah. The 5th tackle. Fox to Watson. He's got to get rid of this ball. It's a bit of handover. Yes, it is. Knock on by Mick Taylor. Terrific defence there, Ross, from Wigan.
Oh, that was a lot of pressure, and it showed good character from the Wigan side. But I thought Bradford could have done there to dribble the ball over the try line and trap Hampson behind there and have another set of 6 tackles.
That's good tackle there and a good run by Sampanapa and Franobotica. Robinson. Sensible play from Robinson and Ofire here, the two wings. Coming in to the middle, helping the forwards. They know there are some tired men on there.
Yes, for those two wingers have just brought the ball up 40 yards, and it's very sensible play.
Lydon with one of his drop goals. 5 minutes remaining. Tony Anderson. And somehow Bradford in these 5 minutes have got to get back to the other end of the field. Mick Taylor. Watson, he's held. Every pass is risky now, but Fox comes away. 20,048 fans here absorbed in this contest. Good ball, but bad pass.
There's a bad pass here by Powell. He could have done better to hang on to that and have a quick play of the ball, because once again they had Wigan going backwards in defence.
Hampson. Still 9 points to 6, the 3 points difference. Robinson, dancing, weaving, dodging, difficult to put down. Surely Wigan will take a drop goal here if they don't pick up the try. Edwards, to Panapa, Platt. Powerful prop forward, but still goes down. He's lost it, knock on. No, he won't stand any messing with Mr. Holsworth. Andy Platt was trying to claim that John Hamer had sprised the ball away from him, but no. Scrum down, Bradford head and ball. 3 minutes remaining, 3 points the difference. Oh, and a vital heel against the head. You don't see many of those. Botica, he's got an overlap, he's got Hampson there. Farah's got him in the corner. He's in for the try. Andrew Farah over for the try. What surely will take Wigan to Wembley again. But it was that heel from the scrum. The vital one against the head. Dermott's boot shot out and struck like lightning. And of course, Brian Noble, the Bradford Northern hooker, is off the field, injured. This is the vital time.
Yes, you see Dermott's feet come out there. It was a good heel. Edwards to Botica. Botica does well here. He brings in the centres from Bradford, gives the ball to Hampson. Good ball to Farah. Farah's had a great game today in defence, and he's just topped it off there with a try to finish Wigan, and I think that may put them in the Wembley.
Yes, he drives through here, the short ball from Hampson, and Farah senses the line, he's going for it. 13 seasons in Australia, but looking for the first Wembley appearance. Botica, he'll take his time with this kick. No hurry for him, no rush. But this has been one of Wigan's hardest matches of the season. Bradford looked to be down and out at one stage. They fought their way back, only for that vital scrum to give Wigan the chance. Franobotica from the North Harbour Club in Auckland. He lofts it round, it's a good one. One of the world's greatest goal kickers. Started off badly missing two, but the two kicks that were vital from the touchline, the Kiwi has put them over. 78 minutes gone, 2 minutes remaining, 15-6 for Wigan.
Yes, here we see the heel back, the ball goes to Edwards. Well, if we can stop it there now. Right, if you see it there now, you see this player and this player here, that they've missed the player, and In goes through Farrad, in for the try.
Wigan again, Pochika, oh, to Phil Clark for the corner, Sampanapa, well cut out there by Paul Medley, but it's Wigan again, using the speed, calling on those last resources of energy, looking for another try, and Bradford, game, gallant, but hanging in. And Steve Hampson, the man of the match, he's fielded the ball well, done his stint of tackling, and scored a vital try. And here he is. Was he looking for the drop goal? I think he was. Steve Hampson just having a word with Dave Watson. And Skerrett having a word with everybody. Into injury time now. Edwards to Betts. Oh, picked up by Simpson. David Heron tried to get the ball moving, but no, there is the hooter. Andrew Farrar, absolute delight on his face, and Sean Edwards, his 30th consecutive cup win, as John Moley, the Wigan coach, set to make a 4th consecutive trip to Wembley. And Steve Hampson, man of the match, the club's 23rd cup final appearance. Wonderful record stretching right back to February 1987, when they were last defeated 10-8 by Oldham, and a gallant performance from David Hobbs. But their 4th semi-final defeat in the past 20 years. Wonderful effort from both sides, Ross.
Well, for me, that'll go as one of the best games I've seen this year. I think both sides were fantastic.
Yes, Joe Lydon, well, he looks disappointed, doesn't he? But I don't think he will be. We're in for a treat here in Grandstand on May the 1st, when Wigan will challenge Widnes once again for the Silk Cut Challenge Cup final. Bradford 6, Wigan 15.